What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day today, and you continue to have many great days ahead. And if for some reason your day is not that good, I do hope it gets a lot better. And so with that being said, let's talk about the latest episode of King's Game. Episode 2, and the Japanese title is Osama Game, if you know it by only the Japanese title. So I just finished the episode, and I'm just gonna say right now, these characters are so stupid. So stupid. Just so stupid. Like, oh man. Like, it was on a whole new level in this episode. And I'm going to clarify in a second. Just like, holy crap. Just, they really were stupid this episode. And I just couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, I know there's a fine line between, you know, having crazy characters and they act strange because just they're under a lot of stress. But then, when you make the characters just do, like, a 180 in terms of personality, it makes no sense. It's just like, what? It just, yeah. So anyways, let me talk about the structure of the episode, and then I'll get into the stupid stuff with the characters. So, the structure of this episode might confuse a couple, depending on how you view the episode. When it starts off, it continues off where, you know, last week's episode ended off of, and we see the dude that was trying to harm our MC, he died and fell over and bled to death. Well, we got that clarified and saw what happened to him. Everybody's freaking out and terrified, like, what, you know, just happened, and then the main male character's like, hey, look, you know, you guys need to listen to me, because if we don't work together and you don't listen to me, this is what's going to happen to all of us. We need to make sure we form a team and we work together. And then all of a sudden, as soon as that's done, we shift over into a flashback. Now, the way this is done, honestly, I didn't really pick up that it was a flashback until like 2 minutes into it. I was like, what's going on here? And let me explain why. When we had that little scene where he's like, hey, you guys need to listen to me, all of a sudden we go to apparently the first part of King's Game, and we get to see exactly what happened, everybody else's first reaction to what happened. So, as we know, as I clarified in my first impressions of King's Game, apparently the studio that's working on this, they decided it was a really good idea to animate, like, part 2 of a series and completely skip part 1. And so, there's no anime of part 1 from my understanding, and they straight up went to part 2 to animate it, and then here we are right now. So, technically, what we saw in this episode was part 1. So, they decided to animate some bits of part 1, even though we've already started part 2, which is just very weird, and it could really throw you off when you're watching this episode, because we shift over from, like, stuff that was present time, and then stuff into the past, and then everybody's first reaction to what was going on when the King's Game first got introduced. Now, I understand the context of it, the point of the flashback. The point was to show how people would normally react to this, how our main male character reacted to this the first time around, and how much he has changed since that event when it happened. And we could see he's made a radical change in character since the time he thought it was just a joke. And then as, you know, the episode built up, we knew something bad was going to happen, especially with the flashback, that, you know, people are just going to start dropping left and right, because that's just what we heard. We heard he was the only survivor, so it was obvious that all the people around him were going to just, you know, end up dead in some way or another. And as the episode progressed, we got to see how he dealt with them not listening to, you know, the king's orders, and then how there was consequences, and then, you know, people started dying. And in this case, we could see that whatever it may be, the King's Game, it does have some form of supernatural pull on someone. It's able to force an individual to do stuff that they would never actually do. I'm not talking about the orders, like, you know, go lick someone's foot or something. I'm talking about the King's Game is able to somehow possess you or whatever, and force you to just end yourself completely. And that's what we see demonstrated in the flashback. So it is officially confirmed now. It's not like someone going out of their way and just, you know, putting you in that position. It's literally you are going out of your way, and you're doing it, but somehow your body is being possessed. So that's creepy, and I wonder exactly how this is being done. Like, who is, you know, the man behind the curtain? Anyways, though, once the flashback is done, we get to see, like I said, how much he has changed from that perspective, and we move over into present time. Now, in present time, you would think that everybody would listen to the main male character, since he has prior experience, he knows what's going on, and basically, it just seems like a smart move. I mean, you've already seen, you know, evidence that if you do not follow the king's orders, you will die. And then, also, let's talk about the dude that just bled out at the end of last episode and the beginning of this episode, and they see his body there. He died out of nowhere, okay? That doesn't just happen out of nowhere. It does not just happen, Okay? I think we can all understand that. I mean, you don't need to have, like, any degree or anything like that to understand that that man, the way he died, that he shouldn't have died like that. That just doesn't make any sense. And so, when you look at it, obviously people probably should fall in line with the main male character and listen to him, because clearly he is speaking facts, truths. He's not trying to lie. The only crusty thing he's done so far is that he was actually willing to die with the main female character and then let her die as well, just to prove a point to let them know, or just, get out of it because he's just done with it entirely. One or the other. But basically, that's the only crusty thing he's done, but everything else he's basically done, though, he has spoken the truth. He hasn't necessarily lied whatsoever. So anyways, basically, as we know, the king sent many different orders to the individuals, and they have to follow these tasks in 24 hours. If you don't follow them, obviously, you will die. Well, the main female character, she's been tasked with, having intercourse with another individual of the class. Now, let's just speak about what this necessarily means. Obviously, you're not going to probably like these orders, because if you already have a relationship with someone, and when this order comes in, you got to sleep with someone else, obviously, that's going to complicate the issue, cause some drama between the relationship, but also, you might not even love the person, but you're going to have to do it regardless. It's just, the entire psychological reason of it's messed up, and so she has to sleep with someone that she has no feelings for whatsoever. So, automatically, I'm like, yeah, I can understand why she would act like that, why she'd be very upset and not want to do that at all with a person, but then as soon as that continues on, she just does like a 180. She swaps her personality after the dude tried to force himself on her. She pushes him away, and then she swaps over to like this sadistic personality, and it's like, okay, takes off her shirt, let's do this, and all that. I'm like, what? Like, whoa, what's going on here? And then, after that scene, she's like, let me talk to you, like, she wants to talk to the main male character, and she's just acting completely different, and then they go off alone and all that in the woods, after she already took her shirt off, and was acting completely different from she normally does. She takes this man into the woods, and then she screams for help to make this man look bad, and then everybody's like, what's wrong with you? You're disgusting. What are you trying to do to her? I'm thinking to myself, like, are you that brain dead? Like, are you legit that brain dead? Did you not see her just perform an action that she has never done before? I mean, like I said, I know stress and tension and all that happens when you're in a situation like this, but it does not matter. Everything that the main male character has said has been truth, okay? He has spoken truth. But then she acts odd. She swaps personalities, like, completely, like that, and everybody's believing her. I'm like, no. And then she wants everybody, or wants the girl, to message on the phone that he needs to die. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I see. I see you, King's Game. So, just the characters' actions were just, oh, wow, they're really stupid. They're really not smart whatsoever, because number one, not listen to the main male character, and then she just swapping the personalities out of nowhere, like, straight up different person. Like, she's not even the same character in that moment. I'm like, what is going on here? And acts like that, and then everybody believes her. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. That's not how life actually works, how communication with people actually works. I'm like, I know that this is supposed to be edgy. I know this is supposed to be, like, entertaining because of how edgy it can be, but even still, though, I expect some, not completely, but some form of logic, and I can't get into a series like that if it throws stuff like this. Like, it's like, hey, this girl now, she's sadistic and all that, and she wants the main male character to, die, and she acts like this. I can't get into that because it felt like it came out of nowhere. The writing is really bad, it's laughable. So, yeah, just episode overall of King's Game, it was entertaining, but at the same time, it was bad. It was really bad in terms of writing and characters. It was entertaining. That's what I will give it. It was an entertaining episode, but it was bad. It was a bad episode in terms of just writing, plot, progression, and all that. It was bad. And then the structure of it as well, when it came to the, retelling of part 1, even though they decided to skip it entirely, just doesn't make sense to me. I felt like it would have been better to animate part 1 and then go into part 2, and then we would have brief little flashbacks. It would have made it a little bit better, in my personal opinion, but it didn't happen like that. So, just overall, meh episode. It's not looking too good for this series. That's all I'm going to say. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about King's Game? Did you enjoy episode 2? Did you hate episode 2? If you like my content, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please leave a like. And if you don't like my opinion on the video, obviously leave a dislike as well. Now, just an FYI, I want to do a quick clarification as well. If for some reason you haven't been getting notifications on my videos, like I noticed this past week, like for some reason, YouTube hasn't been notifying many of you Chibits alerts about, you know, my videos when they're uploaded. So if for some reason you're having issues with notifications and all that, next to the subscribe button, there is a little bell icon. Click that as well. For some reason, you need to click that to be able to get notifications for all the videos that come out. So basically, if you have not been getting notifications and you want to get notifications for my videos when they are up, click the bell icon. So that being said, let me know if you like the video or like this, you know, series. Love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.